Tujue mwelekeo, sio sisi si watu wa kufuasa watu hovyo hovyo.
Is Raila Odinga the master negotiator or Kenya's ultimate political bully?
Nation leo mumesema is a bully. That is what the man is, a bully.
For decades, Raila Odinga has been a towering figure in Kenya's political landscape, an enigma whose influence transcends election cycles. But is he now the biggest political bully the country has ever seen? In recent weeks, the former Prime Minister has kept President William Ruto's administration on edge, throwing demand after demand at the government while hinting at even bigger surprises should his expectations not be met.
Wangapi nasema baba aendelee kushauriana na watu kwanza? Wangapi nasema nipate maoni, sivyo? Tutashauriana na nataka kuhakikisha nyinyi kwamba tutachukua msimamo ambaye italenga matakwa na haki ya Wakenya wote. Hiyo ndio tutafanya.
With every speech, Odinga signals new ultimatums, making it appear as if the president's grip on power hangs precariously at his mercy.
Lakini tunataka ugatuzi, pesa ikudi chini ya kutosha. Hata kwa upande wa miundo msingi, pesa yaweze kuletwa hapa chini ya kutosha, ili huduma yanaweza kufanyika na kupitia kwa serikali ya counties. Alafu mambo mengine ni mambo ya utawala kwa jumla. Watu kutekwa nyara, vijana wanashikwa hovyo, wanapelekwa vizuizini mahali ambayo hajulikani, wanateswa huko, wengine wanauawa. Hayo ni maneno ambayo hatutaki kuona katika taifa letu. Mpaka yale yakome kabisa. Hatutaki kuona kama yale yanafanyika katika taifa letu.
This week, Kenyans will be glued to their screens, waiting for Odinga's much anticipated statement, a proclamation that could once again shift the country's political equilibrium.
Baba amerudi na nimesema nitakuja kuuliza watu wangu wote kwanza mwelekeo. Tujue mwelekeo, sio sisi si watu wa kufuasa watu hovyo hovyo. Tunafuata watu na sababu. Chama cha ODM ni chama ambayo iko na sera kamili na msimamo.
He has repeatedly suggested that he will consult the people on whether to support the government. Yet, behind the scenes, reports suggest he has been making backdoor deals that would cement his influence at the heart of the administration. Whispers from political corridors indicate that during a private meeting at Mombasa State House, Odinga and Ruto may have struck a high-stakes deal, witnessed by Deputy President Kithure Kindiki, National Assembly Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah, and ODM's Junet Mohammed. The alleged agreement, a power-sharing arrangement that could see Odinga's ODM party secure at least 3 additional cabinet positions and a minimum of 10 principal secretaries slots on top of those already in place. According to a source close to Odinga, who spoke on condition of anonymity, the deal also includes reallocation of parliamentary committees' seats. At least 5 previously held by Kenya Kwanza are expected to go to ODM. Policy concessions on education's healthcare, economic and fiscal policies aligning with Odinga's long-standing agenda, and cabinet reshuffles with some key CS positions expected to be reallocated to ODM loyalists. And perhaps the biggest political casualty, insiders say those who rose to power under former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagwa's wing may soon find themselves edged out by this new power matrix.
Thank you very much.
But why is Ruto giving in? You see, President Ruto came to power with a firm promise: no handshake government and no room for Raila Odinga's influence in his administration.
Unajua waliletea kisirani Moi, mpaka Moi akafanyia hawa cooperation. Wakakuja wakasumbua Kibaki, mpaka Kibaki akapatia hawa nusu mkate. wakakuja wakazungusha Uhuru mpaka Uhuru wakapatiwa hawa handshake. Hii serikali ya hasla, wanafikiri hii serikali ya hasla watapata chochote kwa hii serikali? Watapata chochote hapa? Mimi nimewaambia wapande washuke, waende kulia, waende kushoto, waende mbele, warudi nyuma. Hakuna handshake, hakuna nusu mkate, hakuna hiyo wanatafuta. Nekuo.
Yet, today, it appears that promise has quietly faded into the background. So what changed? According to Ndura Waruingi, a political analyst and an apostle, Ruto's greatest fear is losing the 2027 election. To secure his re-election, he is willing to embrace even his fiercest rivals. By pulling Odinga into his fold, Ruto hopes to harness ODM's grassroots influence and shake up the political arithmetics in his favor.
Automatically. So we are getting into a very, very deep crisis. And Ruto has seen it. He's trying to evade it. He's trying to bring people on board so that if the blame will come, the blame will go to this other
to everybody.
To everybody.
But not him.
But not him. That is what he's trying. Even his people, the Nandi, the Ndalats, they have told him we are no longer in position. So, in a nutshell, Ruto is out completely, Raila is out completely, and Uhuru is out. God is reshaping, reorganizing, redoing, and doing everything to make sure Kenya has a new dispensation, a new plan, a new structure, where now we will have a kings to rule Kenya. Kings, not presidents, kings to rule Kenya. Yes.
Now, Apostle, on that note, you are saying come 2025, things might not be the same for the government at the moment, or at that time.
Already? Okay.
And do you feel that, okay, unajua unaongea kwa mafumbo sometimes, I don't know ni prophecy, we can...
Niulize hiyo umeona nimeongea kwa mafumbo?
Hiyo unasema the engine will stop.
The engine already, if you can look at what it's trying to do, the engine is knocking. The sound from the engine is that of a knocking car. A knocking, is what you call knocking?
Yeah.
Knocking, netonga knocking. Is that good English?
Yeah, engine in a knock.
The engine in a knock. Watanielewa hata wajui kizungu kuniliko. Niseme tu nitoke roho. So the engine is already off. In a cease. Hata ile natoa ile mgurumo ya engine kuenda ikienda kucease. So the government is not in place, completely not in shape. And they are becoming to a ground halt. Tukifika mwezi wa pili wa tatu hivyo, crisis will be after one crisis, and that is the time our Kenyan military people, personnel, our brothers and sisters will give a hand to help us from virtual breakdown. It could be very possible. If I look at this one, it could be very possible we have a president.
But will this strategy work? ODM Secretary General and Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna doesn't think so. In his view, Ruto's future at State House remains uncertain, even if Raila is on board. If anything, Sifuna argues this alliance could alienate key Kenya Kwanza figures and deepen international divisions, potentially weakening Ruto's grip on power rather than securing it.
Another thing clear, ODM will only enter into alliances with political parties that are like-minded, political parties that are pro-people, people who can manage a country. You are not going to force us into an alliance with incompetent people. And it has been demonstrated that the Kenya Kwanza government is the most incompetent so far from independence. So they have mismanaged our country, they have mismanaged our democracy, they have mismanaged our economy, they have now mismanaged our international affairs. So our standing in the community of nations is now under, in tatters.
My direct question is,
yes.
So what if Raila says we are supporting William Ruto in 2027? Then what?
William Ruto will lose that election with Raila's support. I will support Ruto.
Yes.
In that booth, I want you to bring your cameras on the day of the election.
Yes.
Personally, there is no way I can support Ruto.